they did something else good on SmackDown, briefly. Did you notice that here comes Braun Strowman, the big entrance, the big returning star? He has been presented as a main event guy. People know who he is. And they've got him going to the ring at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. So if anybody's switching around, that's an old Vinceism. But then, if they were switching around, they'd see Braun Strowman in the ring and go, okay, let's see what. And here comes Otis and Gable. And the announcers were trying desperately, underline desperately, to list Otis's real amateur wrestling credentials, talk about his size, talk about he's got goddamn, a pocket nuke in his pocket. They were trying to give him credibility and credentials that he should be in the ring with Braun Strowman, hoping it would make people overlook the way he's been booked since he's been there. A simpleton that has been made to look like a comedy figure and is wearing a T-shirt that says shush across the front of it. They put in a single match with their big man among monsters, or monsters among men, or monsters among whatever the fuck he is. So, meanwhile, Strowman is wearing a T-shirt and red sweatpants. Not even a T-shirt. He's just wearing a fucking gym shirt that's 5 sizes too big, and sweatpants, and Otis is in a shush T-shirt. It looked like goddamn bum fights. And, Strowman is limited. We've talked about this, but some of his shit gets over, but not against Otis is 5'8", right? Even though he's 360. So the fucking deal is they're trying to act like it's giant versus giant, but Otis is still a foot shorter and has been presented as a comedy figure. Strowman opens up at the bell, beals him, and then hits him with a drop kick, and he got up as far as a 5'8" guy's stomach for the drop kick. Maybe somebody will tell Braun not to do the drop kick unless he can actually get up there like Big Show used to do. So then Gable's on the outside. He foiled the ring run around, and Otis gets Strowman from behind, gets a little bit of heat on the floor, and then gets him back in the ring. And you can tell that both Otis and Braun Strowman doesn't know how to sell or has been put in a position to sell that much. And after a few things, it was kind of awkward, flat-footed, plodding heat because Otis ran out of things to do to Braun and was just clubbing him with some broad arms, and Braun didn't really know how to fucking sell it. And then finally Braun hits a spine buster, goes out to the floor, hits a tackle on Otis. He goes over the desk, throws Gable over the barricade. All this is fine. You're making your monster. And then did an awkward spot with Otis, and Otis slammed him. Otis slammed him. I repeat, Otis slammed Braun Strowman. John Studd got 5 years out of teasing taking a body slam. And this comedy mid-card guy slams Braun Strowman. And then hit a Vader bomb and got a 2 count. And this is not as good as it sounds on description here, because it was rough. And then, yes, and Harley even just said, ugh. And then Otis missed a diving headbutt, and Strowman hit the power bomb, which did get a huge pop because you got a 360-pound fat guy being power bombed. 1, 2, 3. I feel it's an indictment of the current state of the roster and the booking of Otis, if that's all they have to put Braun Strowman over on national television. Because this was rough.
And he just got back. Right now is the time that you want to do something really big with him, so that he seems bigger than ever before, right when he came back, as opposed to now he's just another guy doing stupid shit on the show already.
And again, a smaller, because Strowman is badly limited, and he's that big. So that's not a bad thing, and it's not his fault. That's his calling card. He's that big. He's not a good wrestler, and he's limited in what he can do, but he's that big. So get a smaller guy that's experienced that can accentuate that to put him over. Don't make him competitive with a guy that you've been doing comedy skits with for the last fucking 6 months. It has a stupid look on his face and looks like if fucking Plowboy Frazier and that midget that I saw pictures of him with one time had kids. Anyway,